Take a look around. A lot of the top crypto and chart experts are saying the same thing right now. It looks like everything is set up for Bitcoin to go on a huge rise that will lead to a final parabolic gain for altcoins. You know what that could mean for us? Everyone is shocked and amazed that XRP has finally reached price discovery. It's exciting because when this many smart analysts agree on something, it generally turns out the way they thought it would. I've lived here long enough to see it happen many times. Today really does feel like one of those times when everything works out just right. There might be big things coming up soon. A few people have different ideas about what the timeline might look like today. There are different opinions on when it will happen, but I don't think anyone disagrees on the main things that will make it possible in the first place. I want to share some ideas I got from looking at different XRP charts. One of them is talking about a way to the moon. Yes, that is a real quote. Really, I can't fight with it after seeing the chart they showed me. XRP looks like it's going to the moon. But first, just a quick heads up. I don't know much about money, and this isn't business advice. Just giving you some interesting points of view. Hi there, just wanted to let you know. Just because I say or write something doesn't mean you should buy or sell something. I'm just a crypto fanatic who likes to put together fun YouTube movies about crypto. As I record this on Thursday, June 26, 2025, XRP is worth $2.09 and Bitcoin is worth $107,000, which is a little more than that. Also, watch my last video if you want to know how Judge Tornado's ruling might be affecting XRP. I talked about the possible effects on the market, especially for XRP, and shared some ideas. I won't talk about that again in this video, but you can watch my last video, the least moon level hot jam, if you're interested. I'd like to talk more about why things are so good right now and what that means for XRP today. Let's just say that if these forecasts come true, the price of XRP could go up a lot. I believe they are onto something, and I can't wait to tell you more. Check out this post from Raoul Pal, who has 1.2 million fans and is one of the most well-known people in crypto. And for good reason. He started and is the CEO of Global Macro Investor and Real Vision, and he used to work for Goldman Sachs. Also, he does have some XRP. It may not be the most exciting thing for him right now, and that's fine. Of course, not everyone has to be as excited as I am, but they should be. It's a very useful cryptocurrency. The thing I like most about Raoul is how determined he is to discover the truth. It's impossible for anyone to be right all the time, but you can tell he really wants to get it right. That's what makes him unique. I've been watching him for a really long time, several years at this point. The thing I like most about him is that he's always trying to find the truth. That's the best way to live your life. Do you agree? Anyway, take a look at what he shared this afternoon. Take a look. Someone asked when things in the banana zone would really start to happen in the winter, and he answered with some good ideas. They said the beginning in Real Vision Pro and Global Macro Investor in September 2024. Bitcoin has grown by 2 times since then, and good altcoins have grown by 3 to 5 times. Oh, and yes, that did happen. XRP was up more than 500% at its highest point. It's just getting stronger now, but wow, what a ride so far. After a huge rise like that, that kind of pullback is totally normal. You're right though, the good currencies are still doing pretty well. Folks, the market is finally doing what we've all hoped and expected it to do for years. We always thought that the market price of XRP would finally match its real value. It has been held down for a long time by force, and now we're finally starting to see that change. But this is only the start. There is still a lot of room to grow. Getting back to that. From January to April, he said we saw the phase 1 drop, and the low was called back in April based on the M2 charts, which have to do with liquidity. He's talking about M2 around the world. That's what he does. In this case, he's talking about the world's most flexible money, but you can check out M2 almost anywhere. He also said that the M2 chart is reaching a point of growth. The only thing left for alt season to start is for the ISM to move firmly above 50. Rates are going down and the dollar is losing strength. If your badge isn't working, you might want to give it a different assignment. That is the plan. And to be honest, that makes sense. I don't believe that every coin will reach a new all-time high. A little less than 20% of coins did that last time around. The market as a whole moves in sync, but not many coins actually enter price discovery from a previous cycle. In reality, this means that if your coin doesn't hit those heights, you might want to think about your choices again and ask yourself why. That's why I tend to pay attention to usefulness. I can see it better and trust it more. We won't know if interest rates will go down until they do. Analysts have talked a lot about that today. This new message from Mikey Bo Crypto got my attention. He's saying that the chances of a rate cut in September have gone through the roof and are now 94%. Where did that number come from? We get 78.9% plus 22.7% if we add the left bar to this one and the middle one. It's 94% when you round it up. In the past, when the market leans this much in one way, it mostly came out right. With all the chaos going on in the world, including global tensions and changes in the economy as a whole, it's definitely possible. Obviously, Powell doesn't want to change the federal funds rate right now, especially since an election is coming up. Things may change though, right? Okay, so here's the deal. There is a 94% chance that this will happen. It's only 6% of people who think things will stay the same. No one thinks the price will go up. It's pretty clear, right? I get it now. It's likely that people give this less weight than they should. It's not the most important thing, but you should keep an eye on it. This is what it means if it does go this way. Because interest rates are going down, more people and businesses will feel comfortable taking out loans. That means people will spend and invest more, which will make the economy grow generally. Of course, this doesn't happen when prices are going up, since that would make things worse. In this case, though, firing the gun is just another way for them to make money and keep things running. This is a fun report from a chart analyst that you should share. Because guess what? They think Bitcoin will set a new all-time high after the S&P 500. Today, June 26, the S&P 500 reached a new all-time high. Even though it didn't close at a record high, it did hit the all-time high earlier in the day. It will only be a matter of time before it closes above that level. Let's talk about those scary statements from the beginning of the year. Remember how scared people were in April because of news about politics and other scary things? Where are those people who say bad things will happen now? It was all just talk about how terrible things would be for the alt season and everything else. Take a look at what's getting stronger. Not long ago, the S&P 500 was trading around 4,900. Now it's getting close to 6,200. The S&P 500 has changed a lot in such a short amount of time. It was one of the best rebounds ever. That's pretty amazing stuff, right? Please take a moment to enjoy what we're seeing. It looks like everything is falling into place just right. Now, if you're like me and really into crypto, especially XRP, this is why you need to pay attention to what's going on right now. Everything is coming together just right, which is exactly what you want when you're getting ready for that trip to the moon. Also, take a look at this. And this is from X-Force Global, a chart expert. On shorter periods, Ethereum has been making some very bullish moves. According to the data, it's still on track to set new all-time highs this cycle. It could end up between $9,000. Remember how some people said Ethereum was dead when its price dropped to about $1,400 a few months ago? The main point of the case was that Ethereum couldn't be useful if the price was that low. Sense a pattern. In 2024, they said the same thing about XRP. So here it is. You can't just look at an asset's price to tell if it is strong or useful. The market can go too far in either way. It takes place all the time. That's exactly what we saw. Ethereum's basic ideas didn't change or get worse all of a sudden. It's not like Ethereum stopped being useful overnight, whether you like it or not. It has been years since the market put faith in Ethereum's basics. Yes, things have changed since then. No doubt about it, but that's still enough to keep Ethereum in second place by market cap. Even though the price went down, nothing really got worse. So should we really think that was the end of Ethereum? That never made sense, come on. It's true, which is why I've said it so many times here. That kind of riding on Ethereum was just plain silly. Also, it makes me think of the same stupid things people said about XRP in 2024. Okay, here's what's going on. If the market keeps going up, Ethereum could lead the way into alt season again, which is something it often does. That's actually great news if you want the value of XRP to go through the roof. Let us talk about numbers now. Several estimates put the price of Ethereum somewhere between $9,000. XRP could reach $20 if we reach the high end of that range, and other coins follow suit to compete for second place in market value. Crazy. To be honest, not really.